Mr. Harris, if you provide a bad advice to a customer, a client, will you be liable?
Oh, yes.
Mr. Anderson, if you sell a product that is inappropriate, that is not a good product, are you liable?
It's a hard question. I mean, if I...
My guess is that that is the core of her question.
Right.
When she asked regulators,
Right.
there is not such regulator who will come in and examine, do any regulating examination of your activities.
Well, no, we are regulated. We are examined. On the state level, we are examined. And
Well,
if
we're
they're HUD
talking here
approved,
about
we
the
are
federal government and federal legislation that is pending before, that are being
Right.
considered now, that are being worked by Chairman Frank. So the question is, if consolidating federal regulations so that it has uniformity with the mortgage brokers industry.
Chairman, if I could also
Yes.
comment, because I answered you with a very simple answer when I said, oh, yes. Not only to our client, but if we provide bad tax advice and it in the end as a result of an IRS audit, the IRS can and will fine us significantly. We also face criminal penalties from the IRS.
Okay. Mr. Westmoreland.
Thank you, and I want to thank the chairlady for having this hearing. This is this is my third term in Congress, and I want to congratulate her in having this, because this is the first hearing we've had, I think, or at least the one I've been associated with in my committees, that really we get to hear the unintended consequences of what a proposed piece of legislation can bring into different entities that are so important to our economy. So I want to thank her for doing that. Because unintended consequences are things that happen when we pass legislation hastily up here. And Mr. Anderson, I want to say that I know that the mortgage brokers, I come from a real estate background of the building business, that y'all were very big proponents of the SAFE Act, which was passed in 2008, that basically licensed brokers, mortgage brokers, which had not been the case. So you have been a proponent of regulation that you thought was necessary for your industry. But we see unintended consequences all the time up here. The Credit Card Act that we passed with the consumer protection stuff in it has been an unintended consequence of people that actually really need a credit card and actually need some short-term credit are not able to get it. And when we passed some of the housing legislation, and Mr. Anderson, I'll address this to you because I think it had some unintended consequences. And sure, we made bad loans, and we had all different types, as Mr. Loy said, derivatives, and we were selling programs that nobody even knew what they were. They just knew they were making a bunch of money doing it. But right now, if I understand it correctly from some of my friends still in the real estate business and still in the mortgage business, there are some loans in some states that you can't even offer people because of some of the regulations that have been put on as far as what credit scores are, additional points and fees that are added to these things that came from some of the regulation that we passed trying to help the situation have actually hindered it. Could you comment on that?
Yes, we have, if I can use the term, we've had our hands tied, and there are many, many states out there, and we were one of them that we enjoyed a very low foreclosure rate. And the restrictions, I will tell you, there's no question, my firm is also part of the largest real estate firm in the Gulf South, and I will tell you there's no question that the pendulum has swung so far this way now that the credit is tightening. We are depleting the pool of eligible borrowers to buy these properties, and we've got to be careful. We've got to come back into the middle somewhere. We know the subprime loans were bad, and you're right. People made an awful lot of money from Wall Street on down. I mean, there's no question. plenty of blame to go around. But get back to the safe mortgage product. But the credit score restrictions, and I will tell you all, of all the loans I've done in my 31-year career, if anyone can tell me the difference between a 619 and a 620 credit score, I would like to know what that is, or a 679 and a 680. The difference is nothing on the credit. The difference is one borrower is going to pay an extra 1.5 to 2 points, and on an investment property with somebody, and I see it every day, somebody with an 832 credit score, putting 20% down, can't get a mortgage. It's pretty sad.
And Mr. Anderson, with just a little bit of time I've got left, I know that some of our returning veterans that have been in theater and fought and defended our country and stuff, a lot of times our National Guard members and our reserve officers leave great paying jobs here to go serve our country, and when they come back, sometimes their credit scores have been hurt, or sometimes maybe the spouse has done something. And I understand that some of these restrictions are making it harder and harder for our military to be able to get, because if I understand it correctly from some of the news reports today, some of these credit scores are being lowered 10, 20, 30, 40, even 50 points without anybody knowing it, just because of the reduction in the credit market.
You're absolutely right. Guys, I have seen credit scores drop 30, 40 points, and I'm not kidding you, for a $12 medical collection that they had no idea that they had. I mean, it's amazing if, we are just set on this number of a credit score. There are so many factors that you have to look at. I mean, it seems like we're going back 20 or 30 years, which there's nothing wrong with that concept, but people have to qualify. But just using a number on a credit score is, it's creating some problems.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.